All right, this is part two. And the actor for Amber, I'll pay him 4.5. I'll pay him 4.5, and I'll give him 0.01% of the profits. It's a good paycheck for him. He's gonna make his nice like 5 million rolls. It's a good paycheck for him. And a nosy actor, I'll pay him 3 million because he's a biggest actor. Or you could pay him 2. He's not that big of an actor, but I'll pay him 3. That way he works harder for me. I want him to destroy the role. Pay him more money. Pay him 3 million, and then I give him 0.01% of the profits. He a non-zo actor. That's a good paycheck for him. As he doesn't make that in Hall. In Hall, he probably makes like his 400 grand for his what? He made probably 400, 500 grand for Zoo. He was a supporting character in Zoo. Obviously, the main character was that Jackson guy, obviously, but he was a supporting character in the show Zoo. I saw the first like 2 seasons of Zoo. The first 2 seasons of Zoo, and I didn't see the third season. It was a pretty good show, and it got canceled after 3 seasons. I was very disappointed when it got canceled. It was a good show, and that Nonzi guy was in the movie. I think he's good for when he just pay him 3 million and 0.01% of the profit. It's a good paycheck for him. That's why I'm gonna have to have this big talk with Peter. Who you think is better for the role when they send in the reels, obviously. And then Zoe King, I think, is good for what? For Belle too. She can play VJ's best friend, Belle, obviously. And have her and Ariana Grande fight for the role of Belle. Who else is good for Belle? I'm trying to think here, man. Yeah. I think Zoe King. Zoe King's a little weird in Kissing Booth. She has that weird look sometimes when she acts. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't know the Kissing Booth? Yeah. VJ knows the Kissing Booth. Yeah, I saw the Kissing Booth. Yeah. It's like one of the most popular romance movies in Netflix history, man. It's a very popular Netflix movie. It had 3. I only saw the first 2. I like the first one better. And the third one I didn't see. I'm gonna watch it. Like I'll probably watch it like this week or something. I'll watch the Kissing Booth 3. The third one that came out, obviously, Zoe King is good for VJ's best friend Belle in the movie. Obviously, she's good for the role of Belle. Obviously, I'll pay her 3 million too, because she's a biggest actor, but she has value. She did a hit independent movie. I'm saying Kissing Booth. You can pay her a nice $3 million for the role. That way, she works hard for you, and you give her 0.01% of the profits, which is a good 4 or 5 million in royalties. So she signed her nice, I don't know, $7-8 million deal. Money that she'll never make in Hollywood. So I'm saying, as in, for Kissing Booth, she probably made like $300K for the movie, because independent movies they pay you shitty money. You see what I'm saying? Huh? Hey Peter, what do you think of Zoe King for the role of Belle? I can picture her as Belle, a weird woman. What do you think of Zoe King for the role of Belle, VJ's best friend? You know what I'm saying? You think she's better than Ariana Grande? I don't know. I think Ariana Grande is better for Belle. She did Victoria. She was fucking weird in that show, yeah. But Zoe King is also a little weird too in Kissing Booth. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, they're both really good. You can have Ariana Grande. I don't hate Ariana Grande. You can have her and Ariana Grande fight for the role of Belle, obviously. But I'll pay her. I'm not going to pay her as much as Ariana Grande. No, she's the biggest actor. Pay her 3 million for the role. She's not an A-list actor. If she wants more money, I'm like Zoe. You're not an A-list actor. You're a B-list actor. But I did Kissing Booth. Yes, you did get Kissing Booth. It was a hit. But Kissing Booth is not a big budget movie. It's an independent movie. It's a $10 million budget movie, $8 million budget movie. It's not a big budget movie. Hence why I'm not paying you. You're a biggest actor. I'm paying you $3 million. If you don't like my offer, you're more than welcome to work in Hollywood and make your $350K for your independent movies, $400K for independent movies. You don't like my offer. You know what I'm saying? Because Zoe King probably made maybe, I don't know, $200K for Kissing Booth 1, maybe $350K for Kissing Booth 2, and maybe $400K for Kissing Booth 3. She made for the movie. Because independent movies, you get shitty money. You only get like $100K for your movies, man. $80K, $100, $150K. Yeah, not bad money, obviously, but it's not the kind of money the A-list actors make for big budget movies. Hence why most B-list actors do television, because television, there's more money to be made than independent movies. Because television, they can at least pay you like your $1,900K for the role. With independent movies, they pay you shitty money. They pay you like $200, $250, $300K for fucking independent movies. Not bad money, obviously. You can do good. That can last you a couple of years, but it's not the kind of money that you make in television and the bigger budget movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm going to have this big talk with Peter, obviously. Peter's like, holy shit, you're creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a lot of good ideas for all your actors. Yes, Peter, I do. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit, Ivan, you're fucking creative, man. You have all these ideas for all your actors. You know what I'm saying? Like you're thinking, yeah, Peter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I have all these ideas for all these characters, obviously. Peter, what do you think of Viggo Mortensen, your Lord of the Rings cast, a member of your Lord of the Rings cast, obviously? What do you think of him playing the role of Merriman? You can have a Lord of the Rings union going on. He's like, what do you think of that? I don't know. I'm picturing Viggo Mortensen. He has like his whitish grayish hair and he has like his whitish beard, like he did. He has that Aragorn look in Lord of the Rings, except he's an archer. He has a hood. He's a captain. I can picture him as Merriman. Yeah. Holy shit, I mean, you're creative. Yeah, I can have him and Don Cheadle fight for the job. For the job, obviously. I'll match Vigo's salary with Don Cheadle's salary, but I'm not going to pay him as much for the royalties. As Don Cheadle, I'll pay him 0.03 because he's bigger than Vigo. He's worth like 40 million bucks. He did Marvel. He has more value. Whereas Vigo had an okay career after Lord of the Rings. He did Hidalgo, that flop. Don't hate me, Vigo. And he did History of Violence. History of Violence was a hit. I heard. It was a small like $20 million budget movie, and it did like 60 million in the box office. It was a hit, obviously. It was a small blockbuster movie. That was a sick movie, The History of Violence. He did The Road, which had mixed reviews, and he did like he's doing other movies right now. He had an okay career after Lord of the Rings. Pay him a nice. He's worth $30 million bucks, so he's obviously pretty big. Pay Vigo a nice $10 million bucks for the role of Meramis if he gets a job, and I'll give him 0.02% of the profits, which is a good, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 million in royalties. Depending on how much movie does. If one point movie buy a movie, he'll make like 8 million in royalties. As Vigo signed his $18 million deal. Obviously, he's gonna walk away with a nice like 8 million in his bank, 7.8, 8 million in his bank after taxes, and they're rating his agent. 8 million bucks. He's $8 million richer after these films end. That's a nice fucking paycheck, man. You can do a lot of things with that money. You can do a lot of things with $8 million bucks, man. You can do a lot of good things with that money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's a good paycheck for Vigo. Have him play the role of the captain of the Archers, for Viggo Mortensen, obviously, and Don Cheadle, I'll pay him 10, and I'll give him 0.03% of the profits. And if you thought Vigo destroyed the role of Lord of the Rings, he's gonna destroy the role of fucking what? Meramis the Archer. He's gonna work harder for me because I gave him his freedom. Whereas in Hollywood, he was a dirty slave, and I paid him more money. As for Lord of the Rings, he probably only made maybe $1 million, $1.5 million maybe. He didn't make as much money, and I'm paying him $10 million. I'm giving him 0.02% of the profits. Viggo Mortensen will work really hard, man. He's going to work hard. Even though he's doing blood, sweat, and tears during, I don't know, the good chance will take me a good year to film the movie. If we film for 1 year, even though it's blood, sweat, and tears for everyone, because Vigo's getting his nice multi-million, he's getting his nice check every 2 weeks. I don't know, his nice 100, I don't know how much he's making. He's getting his nice, I don't know, $150,000 check every 2 weeks during the 12 months of filming. He'll work hard. That's a nice fucking paycheck. 150K in your bank every 2 weeks. It's a nice paycheck for Vigo. He'll work hard. And I'm feeding him with luxury buffet. I'm not, even though Hollywood gave the actors buffet, obviously, one of the things they serve them shittier food. They serve them like spaghetti, chili, beef and meat and that kind of stuff, and potatoes and veggies, and they gave them probably orange juice for drinks. No. If you spoil the actors, Viggo Mortensen, with a luxury buffet with all you can drink, like milkshake and a vending machine, he'll work harder for you off. So you give him 3 meals once a week, he'll work hard. Even though it's blood, sweat, and tears, he'll work hard because he's getting paid more money, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Now, as Peter Jackson, like, holy shit, I know if Peter Jackson, if Vigo's chosen for the role, and I offer him $10 million and 0.02, Peter Jackson's like, holy shit, Ivan. It's like, you're paying all your stars like they're fucking consistent millions, Ivan. Hollywood can't afford this. Yeah, Vigo only made Vigo made shitty money for Lord of the Rings. He only made like $1 million, $1.5 million, 800 grand, 900 grand for fucking Lord of the Rings, and he worked hard for me. I can only imagine how much harder he'll work for me for Zayn, because you paid him his $10 million and gave him 0.02% of profits. Yes, because I paid him his $10 million and I gave him 0.02% of profits, he'll work really hard for me. He'll destroy the role of Meramis. Even more than what he did for fucking Aragorn. He destroyed the role of Aragorn, guys. You can only imagine how hard it'll work for me if he's chosen for Meramis. Viggo Mortensen. He's gonna work hard, man. He's gonna work really, really hard. He's gonna work really, really hard. Viggo Mortensen. He's gonna work really, really hard. Viggo Mortensen. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna work hard, man. Viggo Mortensen's gonna work hard. Yeah, man. He's gonna destroy the role of Meramis. Yeah, man. John White Davis is going to destroy the role of Eli. Bernard Hill is going to destroy the role of Eli because I paid them their millions, obviously. I gave them a piece of the profits. They're going to work hard for me, obviously. They're going to strike it rich. Yeah, man. Millions in their bank. They're going to work hard. Yeah. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? The actor for Amber is going to destroy the role of Cornelius more than even what he did for Lord of the Rings. I paid him more money. He's going to destroy the role. Yeah, man. Because I paid him his nice $4.5 million bucks. He's walking away with a nice $1.78 million check in his bank after taxes and the agent. That's more than what he made for Lord of the Rings. He's going to make a nice, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 million royalties. He'll work hard. He got a nice check, man. He'll work really hard. Yeah, man. He'll work hard, obviously. Because I remember when I read the book a couple days ago, the Anything You Can Imagine book, obviously, the journey of Peter Jackson's journey. I remember they said Sean Astin complained about his $250,000 check. He said Sean Astin complained about his $2,000 check. When he got offered that kind of money by Nguyen, he was shocked. You know what I'm saying? Because Sean Astin and them don't have as good agents, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Sean Astin was shocked by his paycheck. By his shitty paycheck, obviously. He's like, holy shit, you're going to have me do blood, sweat, and tears for $250K? He's like, you're going to have me do blood, sweat, and tears for $250K? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have me do blood, sweat, and tears for $250K? You know what I'm saying? He complained about his check. Sean Astin. He complained about his check. Why? Because New Line paid him shitty money, obviously. New Line paid Sean Astin shitty money. You see what I'm saying? New Line paid Sean Astin shitty money, hence why what? He complained about his check, obviously. He wasn't happy about that shitty paycheck, Sean Astin. And yet he still worked hard and destroyed the role. So you can only imagine how much harder these actors for Zayans are going to work for me because I paid them to make the rich millions. They're going to work harder for me. You see what I'm saying? They're going to work harder for me, obviously. They're going to work harder for me. I don't have to worry about them slacking off. They're going to work hard for me, obviously. Even if I paid them shitty money, the actors would still work hard for me. Because they sign a contract. If you sign a contract, you're entitled to work hard. Obviously, but if the more money you pay them, money talks. The more you pay them, the harder they'll work. Because they know they're going to benefit more with the money that you pay them, obviously. If you pay a guy $4.5 million bucks, he knows he can. If you pay a guy $4.53 million, you know what I'm saying, they walk away with 1.8, 1.3 million in the bank. They know they can do good things with that money. They can get their nice cars. They can buy another house. They can either buy another house or they can pay their monthly mortgages easily. They can go on a vacation. They can get their nice cars, get nice clothes. They can do good things. Go to the bars. They can do good things with that money. And so they're going to work harder for you. The more you pay, money talks. The more you pay the actors, the harder they work. The less you pay them, they'll still work hard, but the less hard they work. See what I'm saying? Yeah. There was once I signed on the actors, Peter Jackson was shocked. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. Like, this is the biggest contract ever for entire casts in movie history. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hollywood can't afford this. Hollywood can't afford to pay all the actors they're fucking rich because this is millions. That's not how it works in Hollywood. In Hollywood, only a few people make their millions and everyone else gets their shitty money. Yes. Because you have to have balance in your budget, obviously. The reason why Ian McKellen got his $13 million, because Ian McKellen was an established A-list actor when he did Lord of the Rings. You see what I'm saying? Whereas all the other and Christopher Lee, you know what I'm saying, and Hugo Weaving, but Hugo Weaving was a minor role. Hugo Weaving probably got maybe $500K for the role for small appearances in Lord of the Rings. He might have made maybe $500K for the role. Because he was a minor character in Lord of the Rings, Hugo Weaving, obviously, right? He didn't make as much money, obviously. But he was a minor character. Obviously, you see what I'm saying? He was a minor character. He was a minor character. Honestly, yeah. Whereas Ivan's company, he pays all the actors are consistent millions. Yeah, I paid all the actors are consistent millions. Hence what? Hence these A actors are going to work harder for me, obviously. Harder than what they even did for the Lord of the Rings actors did for Lord of the Rings. Yeah, man. I don't have to worry about some of the crewmen quitting, as I heard some of the lighting crewmen. Peter Jackson was what I'm talking about. I heard in the book they said, yeah, some of the lighting crewmen in Lord of the Rings quit. Yeah, some of the lighting crewmen in Lord of the Rings quit, man, when they filmed Lord of the Rings. Because I know why they quit. Because the what? The money wasn't worth the labor, man. The labor was blood. They were working blood, sweat, and tears for 1 year, and Warner Bros. Paid them their shitty like 40, 30K. It's not worth the money. Whereas 150K is worth the blood, sweat, is worth the labor for a couple years. Because they got a fat check, a nice like 80, 100K check in their bank. It's worth the labor, man. They can do good things with that money. Yeah. I don't have to worry about what? I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about what? About crewmen quitting halfway through filming. Because what? I'm spoiling them a luxury buffet, all you can drink milkshake and like and fucking Coke and Mountain Dew and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving them $3 I'm paying them a rich 100K and 50K. They're gonna work hard. It's that kind of money is worth the blood, sweat, and tears labor. Yeah, even though we're doing blood, sweat, and tears, Ivan's paying us a rich $150,000 salary. They're all gonna work hard for me, the crewmen, because they can do good things with that money, man. Yeah, man. Money talks. The more you pay them, the harder they work, man. Hence why Guaranteed Zanes will be a better movie than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by a slim margin. I'm not going to say it'll blow it out of the wire. No, it'll be close, as Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece. It's tough to top that franchise, you know what I'm saying? Lord of the Rings is a fucking masterpiece. It's very, very tough to top that franchise, obviously. It's very, very tough to top that franchise. See what I'm saying? It's very, very tough. Obviously. That's why Peter will be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan, how much money are you putting towards salaries? I don't know, Peter. How does 410 sound? He's like, what? He's shocked. He's like, what? So yeah, Ivan, 410, Peter. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, like that. This is more money than how much the whole Lord of the Rings movie was made for as a whole. And that's how much you're putting towards salaries? I'm like, yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, Ivan, your company blows high out of the water. Yeah, Peter, with this budget, I have enough money to pay all my actors. They're rich millions. They're rich like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 million. And I have enough money to pay all the crewmen their $150,000 salary. Like, Peter, is 1,500 crewmen enough for Zanus? Yeah, I mean, 1,500 crewmen should be enough. If I need more crewmen, I'm going to have to cut the crewmen's paycheck in half. Peter, tell me, will I need 2,000 crewmen for my movie, or is 1,500 crewmen enough? Ivan, we can make it work with 1,500 people. Just give the crewmen more time and we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to hire a good like 800 crewmen, Ivan. Yeah, and then the rest you have the costume designers, the makeup artists, the hair designers. You know what I'm saying? The art department and the special effects team, your special effects team, the VFX artists, all those people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll find a way to make it work for 1,500 people. That way I can pay them all their one. I don't want to fucking cut their paycheck in half. I want to pay the crewmen their $150,000. Hence why I can only make it work with 1,500 crewmen. If not, I'm gonna have to cut their paycheck in half to like 75K to 80K, which is still good. It's still pretty good. You're gonna walk away with a nice like 45 grand in your bank. It's a pretty nice paycheck. It's more than what they make in fucking Hollywood, obviously. But all the crewmen, I want to pay them the rich 150K, and the supervisors are rich 200, 250K. Most of the supervisors I'll pay 200. You gotta watch for your budget. The only guys I'll pay 250 are the really, really big guys. I don't know the supervisor for Weta Workshop, the supervisors for Weta Workshop pay those guys a nice $7,000 salary, which is a nice paycheck, because in Hollywood they don't make that. In Hollywood they probably make 75K, 100K in Hollywood, and I'm paying them rich $7,000 salary, which is nice. Nice paycheck for the supervisors of Weta Workshop and Weta Digital, Peter's old company, right? People are like, Ivan, like you want to use my old company that I sold? Yeah, Peter, I want to use your company. Peter, I don't want to use your Weta Digital software equipment. No, I can rent my own software. Yeah, Ivan, you can rent even better software than what my old company had. Yeah, I want to rent my own software from the best company around the world, but I'm going to hire the Weta Workshop people and Weta Digital people to do the special effects. I don't need your technology, Peter. I can even get better technology than what even you have for your Weta Digital company. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to have my own special effects equipment. I can easily afford it. $400 million for special effects, I can easily afford the equipment, obviously. Peter, how much would it cost to rent all the equipment? I don't know why. It'll cost you a couple $1,000,000 to rent the equipment. Obviously, a couple $1,000,000, I don't know, maybe $1 million, $2 million will cost me to rent all that equipment. It'll cost me a lot, obviously. Obviously, right? Yeah. You're gonna see how much harder Peter Jackson is gonna work in Miami. You're gonna see how much more happier he is in Lord of the Rings. You're gonna see the Zane's documentary. You see Peter, he has that smile on his face. He's happy because he's free. I gave him his freedom and I paid him more money. He knows he's gonna make, I don't know, it's $400 million on my movie. $350 million on my movie he's gonna make. $430 million he's gonna make on my movie. He'll work harder for me, obviously. I gave him perks. He's staying in a suite during the first year. He experienced my Scottish company, limo driver, the buffet. He's gonna work hard at the parties, at my condo, on my yacht. He'll work hard, obviously. Yeah, the fame of the fans, the buzz with the fans. Yeah. Oh my God, you're directing Aizu. Yes, I am. Oh my God, Peter. You know, say Peter. Like, what's the difference between Ivan's movie and the River movie? I don't want to say anything. Ivan's movie, Zane's is Zane's, Lord of the Rings is Lord of the Rings. I'm saying, because guaranteed, if I go on that world tour, the fans are gonna ask Peter, what would you say is the biggest difference between your Lord of the Rings trilogy and Ivan's Zane's trilogy? Peter might be like, yeah, I think Ivan's trilogy is a lot more easier to adapt than Lord of the Rings. As Lord of the Rings was a drag to adapt, it's very tough to follow every page of Lord of the Rings. J.R. Tolkien has so many things going on, whereas Ivan's movie is much more easier to follow than Lord of the Rings. Obviously, right? But Peter Jackson's not stupid. He knows that my Zane's book is what. He knows that my Zane's book is what. My Zane's book is more interesting than Lord of the Rings. It's a better book than Lord of the Rings. It is. But he might like Lord of the Rings better. I don't know, but I highly doubt it. Chances are he'll like my book better than Lord of the Rings, as Lord of the Rings is a drag to read. Whereas Zane's is actually interesting to read, man. It's a lot more interesting. You're a lot more hooked. Ivan, what's your flaw? My biggest flaw in the book is probably the character of Patrice. The Eagles and the Crows are not developed that well, obviously, and the descriptions of where the people are going. I describe where the people are going, but it's very vague. You don't really get you have to imagine in your mind what the South and North looks like. Because I don't really explain what the South and North looks like. It's very vague description. That's my flaw. I give vague descriptions of the lands, and trust me, you know what I mean. I give very, very vague descriptions of the lands, the details, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very vague. But it's good because John Howe and Al Lean, all them can play around with so many ideas for the North. I know what I'm doing. Whereas if you're too specific, they're going to have to follow what's written in the book, like I did for J.R. Tolkien's book, right? Whereas for my movie, they can play around with so many ideas for the North and the South because I don't give that much descriptions. It's very vague. Very little descriptions I give. I focus more on the character's dialogue and actions. That way the story's more interesting. I know what I'm doing. If you focus on the character and the character's actions, you'll get a better book. Your book will be more interesting. I know what I'm doing. Whereas if you focus too much on details, your book can become a drag to read and become really boring. You see what I'm saying? It can become very, very boring. Yeah. 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 This is how you know some of the Hollywood, don't hate me, Hollywood. This is how you know some of the Hollywood CEOs are assholes. The one CEO, I told you this yesterday, the one CEO told Elijah Wood, the CEO of New Line, right? He told Elijah Wood, you must have a crappy agent because we would have paid you double what we paid you. He told Elijah Wood that, and Peter Jackson stood up for Elijah Wood. He's like, don't tell a fucking actor that you could have paid him more. You're gonna make him feel like shit. Yeah, and that's what the New Line Cinema owner did. He's like, yeah, haha, Elijah Wood, we could have paid you more money for the role of for the role of Elijah. Yeah, and I believe Elijah Wood deserved more money. He was the lead of Lord of the Rings. He destroyed the role of Frodo. He's your fucking star, and you pay him fucking $250K, which is a slap in the face, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It was a slap in the face. I guarantee Elijah Wood was pissed off when he heard that. He's like, what the fuck? So you could have paid me more than my shitty $250K salary? Yes. Warner Bros. New Line Elijah Wood could have paid you more money, obviously. They're just fucking cheap, obviously. That's how you know Hollywood, they're fucking cheap. They can easily pay the actors more for some of the movies. They're just cheap, obviously. They don't want to what? Yeah, we don't want to pay these nobody actors a lot of money. Let's only pay the stars their money. And everyone else gets their shitty money. That's how it works, yeah. If you're an A-list actor in Hollywood, you're lucky. You'll be treated like a god. Hollywood will pay you your rich millions. If you're not, you're gonna bargain for your $500,000, $700,000 for your movie. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see how much harder the crewmen are gonna work in my movie than the fucking Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna tell Peter, I don't want you doing what you did for Lord of the Rings, whereby you're filming what? You're filming volume 3 and you're filming volume 1 at the same time. No. Let's film volume at a time. We filmed volume 1, we filmed volume 2, we filmed volume 3. Obviously. Peter, do you want to do a thing where we film multiple different scenes in volume 1 at the same time? Or do you want to just film scene by scene, scene by scene, scene by scene, scene by scene? I think we should do scene by scene. Yes, I think scene by scene is the best way to do it. I don't want to film multiple things at the same time because I want Peter overseeing everything. I want Peter overseeing the directorial duties for all the scenes. Because if you do multiple scenes, Peter's gonna have to rely on Jon Favreau and Guillermo del Toro and the first director to direct all that without him being involved. Obviously, I'm scared if Peter's not involved, it won't be as good because Peter Jackson is a mastermind behind Lord of the Rings. I want him involved in all the directorial scenes, obviously. Peter, I don't want to do a thing where you film volume 3 while you're filming volume 1. No, you can ruin the progression for the actors for the actors acting, obviously. Because in volume 3, everyone grows in the book. Takis grows, he's more mature. The Saladins even grow. Papyri grows, you know what I'm saying? They all know, you know what I'm saying? Peter, I need to prepare myself mentally for the agony scene when I'm about to fight the devil himself. I don't want to have me be fucking cocky and confident, and all of a sudden you want me to film the final scene in volume 3, and I have to be in agony. No, it can ruin my character progression of the movie. Don't do that, Peter. You can ruin the story. You can ruin the actor's progression for their characters when they act. Alright, that's what you're saying, yes. People are like, holy shit, you know your shit. Yeah, that's smart. I think we shouldn't do that. Yes, Peter. I don't want you doing what you did for fucking Return of the King. I don't want you doing that, obviously. Peter, you don't have to worry about the studio heads and fucking Warner Bros. Bothering you. We need to get this thing done fast. I'm the fucking studio head. You know what I'm saying? I'm releasing it direct to 4K Blu. You don't have to worry about the theaters waiting and all that stuff. No. I don't mind even extending the date, Peter. If you need more time, I don't mind extending the time. I can put more money into the movie. I can easily afford it. I'm more than happy to put an extra $50, $60 million of my money to extend it for another month or two. If you need more time to film the movies, I can easily afford it. Me and VJ are going to make our money back. Okay, I even tell Peter that the way he knows. The way he's not stressed out. Let him know that, I'm saying. But Peter, I want to get this done in 12 months of filming. I don't want to film for anything. Okay, we'll get it done in 12 months. Don't worry, yes. And we film volume 1 first. And then once volume 1's finished, we film volume 2. So while volume 1's going on, all the Southern actors are going to be doing their table reads every day. I'll tell the actors, guys, you're more than happy to watch production. You're more than happy to watch production, obviously, but I want you working a little bit. I want you going over your lines a bit. I'll be while Peter's filming for the prologue and Young Takis, I'll be doing the table reads with Ivan Joje or the other guy. Don't hate me, Ivan Joje, or John Boyega or Daniel Kalau. I'll be doing the table reads with those guys because they're all in volume 1, as well as Viggo Mortensen or Don Cheadle, because they're all in volume 1. So if Viggo Mortensen's chosen, he's going to be working right away. As Maramis and Cassis are in the prologue, and they're also in all of volume 1, and volume 2, and volume 3. They're in all 3 volumes. Whereas the Southlands you don't see until volume 2, except for Sirius and Papyri. Sirius and Papyri you meet halfway through volume 1. Those are the only Southlands you meet in volume 1. And Job, Cornelius, and Eli are also in volume 1, but they're only in a minor scene in the prologue, and that's it. When they forge Tactia's sword. So Andy Serkis will be in the prologue, obviously. You're gonna see him in the prologue. The Amber actor, the Unknown's actor, you're going to see them in the prologue, obviously, because you're going to see them in the prologue, obviously. But I'm going to have the Amber actor wear de-aging technology CGI. Because Cornelius is a young man in the prologue. He's only like, I don't know, 18 years old or something like that. He's a young dude. He's like 20 years old. 20 years old in the prologue. Because the prologue is when Takis is born. When Takis meets the Southlands, it's 30 years later. So you're going to have de-aging technology for Andy Serkis. I'm going to have to put money into the de-aging technology for Andy Serkis as Job. He's in his 30s. For Cornelius, for Maramis, for Cassis, and Queen Sarah. As well as Baramis, too. Baramis is in the prologue, too. He's in the prologue, too. Yeah, you have to have de-aging technology for them. De-aging technology for the prologue. And the aging technology for Young Takis too. Because Young Takis is like 20 is like 8 years later. Obviously. Yeah. Yeah. Hence why Zane's will be a better movie than Lord of the Rings, man. Because everyone who works for my movie will work harder for me than they did it for Warner Bros. Even though Peter Jackson tell you, even though Lord of the Rings is my baby, fuck Hollywood, man. Hollywood's dirty as fuck, yeah. I have to also fucking dirty ass say, you might tell me that, I'm saying. Ivan, you fucking, I mean, Peter, what do you think is better? Some of you might ask you, Peter, what do you think is better? Some of the directors might ask Peter, do you like Skyscraper's better than Hollywood? He's like, fuck yeah. Skyscraper's is way better than Hollywood, man. Ivan gave me like an unlimited budget. Hollywood's dirty as fuck. Ivy paid you your free $400. Yeah, man. Ivy paid my free $400. I didn't have to do anything. I was free, man. Best feeling in the world. He gave me an unlimited budget. He paid all the actors in millions as they worked double harder for me, and he paid the crewman the rich 150K. He served me with a luxury buffet. I partied up his $50 million condo, his $300 million high-end condo. Yeah. Was I heard for Lord of the Rings, the actors had a party at the New Line CEO's house. And he had like an $11 million house. A nice house, but nothing compared to my $300 million condo. All the Zane's actors are going to get the party up in my $300 million condo, man. And my $50 million yacht, yeah. Yeah, man. A nice fucking yacht, a nice $50 million yacht, yeah. Doing tables in my yacht. We go out in the ocean, we do tables, yeah, man. Yeah. Something crazy. That's why you're going to see how much more happy Peter Jackson is in my movie compared to Lord of the Rings. He'll work hard. Yeah, I even know but I'll work double harder for you than what I even did for Lord of the Rings 30 years ago, 27 years ago, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, Ivan, you gave me my freedom, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're paying more money, I'll work. Don't worry, Ivan, I'll work hard for you. Ivan, you have to trust me. Peter and Guillermo Toro and John Favreau and Ivan, you have to trust us, man. We know what we're doing. Trust me. Peter will be like, Ivan, I directed Lord of the Rings. I know what I'm doing. You have to trust me. I will take my notes. I'll listen to you. Know what I'm saying? We're gonna write this amazing script together. We're gonna do the concepts together. We're gonna tell this amazing story, Ivan. The devil himself, yeah. The devil himself, yeah. Obviously, yeah. We're gonna tell this amazing story, Ivan. This is gonna be one of the best or the best movie trilogy ever made, Ivan. And then Peter Jackson destroys the role as a director, and Zayas ends up even being better than fucking his Lord of the Rings movie by a slim margin, because Lord of the Rings is a tough book to top. Shut my camera for a sec.